Long ago, before the first snow fell, a mirror of pure malice was shattered in the heavens. These shards were not mere glass, they were frozen fragments of cynicism. One tiny splinter, invisible to the eye, was enough to turn a warm heart into a block of ice and a beautiful world into a distorted nightmare. High above the village, the shards began to fall like lethal stardust. In a small town filled with song, Kay and Gerda shared a world of red roses and whispered secrets. But fate is a cold wind. A splinter of the demon's mirror struck Kay, piercing his eye and reaching his heart. In a heartbeat, the roses looked like thorns, and his laughter turned to a cruel sneer. The boy Gerda loved was beginning to freeze from the inside out. Then came the storm. A sleigh as white as a cloud glided through the streets, driven by a lady wrapped in furs of frost. It was the Snow Queen. With a kiss colder than the North Pole, she numbed Kay's senses. He followed her into the white abyss, leaving behind a town that had suddenly grown very quiet, and a girl whose heart was breaking. Winter turned to spring, but Kay did not return. While the world moved on, Gerda could not. She traded her most precious red shoes to the river for a secret, and began a journey that would take her to the very edge of the map. She didn't have magic or a sword. She only had a love that refused to surrender to the cold. She found herself in a garden where summer never ends. A kind witch, lonely for a daughter, used a golden comb to wash away Gerda's memories of Kay. Gerda played among the talking flowers, lost in a dream of sunshine. But even the strongest magic cannot bury a true heart forever. A single red rose reminded her of what she had lost, and the dream shattered. With the help of a chatty raven, Gerda snuck into a palace of gold and silver. She thought she had found Kay, but it was only a prince who shared his likeness. Instead of punishment, the prince and princess gave her a golden carriage and a muff of warm fur. The world, it seemed, was helping the girl who was brave enough to keep walking. Adventure is rarely easy. Captured by forest robbers, Gerda met a girl as wild as the wind. The robber girl, moved by Gerda's story, released her prize, a proud reindeer from the north. "Go," the girl said, "before I change my mind." Gerda flew north on the reindeer's back, chasing the flickering light of the aurora borealis. They raced across the Finnmark, where the air is so cold it turns breath into diamonds. The aurora lit their path like a celestial highway. Every mile took them deeper into the Snow Queen's domain, a place where the sun never rises and the frost never melts. Gerda clutched the reindeer's neck, her red cloak a defiant spark in the blue night. At the center of the world stood the Snow Queen's palace. Inside, Kay sat in a frozen trance. He was trying to solve the Queen's puzzle to spell eternity with shards of ice. His mind was sharp, but his soul was empty. He didn't even look up when Gerda entered. He was a prisoner of his own cold logic, a boy who had forgotten how to feel. Gerda wept, and her warm tears fell upon his chest. They burned through the ice and reached his heart. Kay cried, and the shard washed out of his eye. The ice puzzle of eternity finally solved itself as they danced. The Snow Queen's power vanished, for winter has no power over a heart that stays warm. If you believe in the power of a warm heart, please like and subscribe. Our journey through the world's greatest stories continues next week. Thank you for watching.